I'm just going to pull up the feed on the phone here to make sure that we are in fact live and it is working as it should. Ooh, we've even got a post here to check out. What is it's not showing up. Well, let's see here. So let me know. Give me the big thumbs up and maybe comment if you can hear me and see me okay as I try to verify that we are in fact live. It does look like we are live. Let me get the volume down on that. Hopefully you used last week's script and template to get into conversations with folks in your database. This week's is going to be along the same lines, and it's one I even hinted about in last week's. But while last week's really only worked or works through text and email, this week you can even tweak this and use this on social media as well. You would certainly be able to make that work on social media as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and not sure who is that connecting here. Anyway, that was weird. All right, so let's go ahead and share my screen. And we'll go over here. We're going to do this from KV Core today. Could also do it the same thing, accomplishing the same right in LionDesk. Now, I'm sending this to a group or a segment of my database that had come in on a new construction offer. They had come in requesting a list of new construction homes available. So I may then tweak this script to be more congruent to what led them into the fold to begin with. And anytime you can do that, you're going to increase the response. So anytime you can better match the script or the wording to how they came in, the more people you're going to get to respond, and therefore the the more conversation opportunities you have, and ultimately then the more opportunities you'll have for appointments, and that's a good thing, right? What's the one thing stopping you from buying, from owning? I forget how we word this one. What's the one thing stopping you from new construction? New. Just curious, what's the one thing stopping you from buying a new home right now? Now, we've had variations of this. We've used variations of this in the past. What's the one thing stopping you from owning your dream home in the next 60 days? That's a great one to use with the dream home buyer process and the selective sequencing that we've talked about. Talked about a lot in the springtime. But just curious, what's the one thing stopping you from buying a new home right now? What's the one thing stopping you from buying a new home right now? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and send that. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, this is one that you can use by text. You can use it by email. You can even post that on social media. What one thing is stopping you from buying your dream home right now? Okay. In fact, maybe we'll do that. in a little bit. But first, I want to get to the second half of these, this segment of leads here. And I'm just making sure that it's not going to someone. And it shouldn't. All right, we'll paste that in there. Now, on social media, what I would do is include an image of a beautiful property, or a collage, a Canva collage of images of a beautiful property that's available right now, or maybe of one of your listings right now. Something along those lines, I think, would make a lot of sense to include with that. So it would look as simple as this. So we're going to choose get messages. What's the one thing stopping you from owning from buying your dream home right now? Okay. And then we'll add a photo. Let me see if I have one here that'll be easy to throw in there. I'm just going to select this one just to show you what the post would be. Okay. Now, are you going to get a ton of people responding to this organically? Probably not, but you can share it. You could share it into groups. You could share it on your timeline as well. This was a post made on my business page. I could share it to my timeline. I could share it into groups. I could boost it to my existing fans. I could boost it to custom audiences or retargeting audiences that I built out. There's lots of ways that I could leverage this as well. And if you've got unconverted seller leads, then by all means you should also tweak that to the seller side. What's the one thing stopping you from selling your home right now? What's the one thing stopping you from selling your home right now? Okay. So lots of different ways you can utilize this simple conversation starting script. And so I would challenge you to use it in as many ways, find as many ways possible to use this script today. Whether you've got 10, 20, 30, 300, 3,000. Look, we're already getting, we've gotten 4 replies, getting our, and right on. Okay. Actually, I'm going to open that up. Let's open it up in their account so I can see the response. Let's see here. The address of your current. When are you So that's a multiple transaction side opportunity. Not too shabby. Let's see what else here. So, sorry, I was quiet there. So basically, he said, this one said, my credit having money down, and I just replied, got it, thanks. We have several low and no money down financing options available. Do you know what your score is right now, approximately? So that was, I'm beginning a separation, so not able to right now. Okay, well, geez, sorry to hear that. If there's anything at all I can do for you now or in the future, let me know. Okay. So they said, I'm at the beginning. I'm beginning a separation, so not able to right now. So I said, sorry to hear that. If there's anything at all I can do for you. And then Pamela bought a house in Florida. She totally changed course. So I'm just going to say, congrats. That's great. Best wishes to you. I'll just delete her. I mean, actually, what I should say, I'll wait and see if she replies, because here's what I should. So I assumed that she moved to Florida. Haha. But maybe she bought a house in Florida, but still has a house to sell in PA. And so I thought of that after I responded to that. So I should definitely make sure that I clarify that with her, and I will, because she'll likely respond as well. So look at that. I mean, that went out to about 150, 160 people already, with several responses here. Let's see, more may have even come in. Okay, thank you. My current divorce situation. I love my house. Sense of stability. I'm not trying to change. Okay. Okay. Got it. Makes perfect sense. If there's anything at all I can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay. A lot of these I end up, and this is this is just a general thing. You just want to try and be helpful. You just want to, go out of your way to try to help and support them in any way that you can. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm not reading these, and these are hard to read. We don't have so this is the response to the person that said, getting our current home ready to sell and financially. I said, I got it, thanks. What's the address? We don't have a plan currently. We do want to do some maintenance to put on the market. What realty are you with? So I'll say EXP Realty. I'd be happy to buy for what we call a soft home inspection to let me think here. I'm going to think through this. If you'd like, I can you. What so I answered her question, eXp Realty. If you'd like, I can stop by for a room by room review to identify what projects would potentially yield the best ROI at no cost or obligation and should only take 10 to 15 minutes. The other thing I can and will offer in this conversation is to send her more information on home values. And in fact, do I have? Let me see if I have. I don't have her address in here. Okay, thank you. What was that in response to? Okay. Let's hit refresh one more time, and then we'll let everybody get to it. Right, nothing to it, but to get to it. We got a couple of viewers right now. Does anybody have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas? Things that I oh, we got more here. That's always painful. Guy already bought one. I missed out. It's my bad. Congrats. I just this one already bought. I said, do you know anyone else who's in the market? Heard anyone talking about selling? Thanks. As you can see, this is a great one, and they'll get you. I mean, people are sharing things, you know, divorce situation, separation situation, and you know, those are not positive things, but it's pretty amazing what people are willing to share with you. So Janet says, unsettled as to where I will be living. Any idea when you'll know better? So just said, you know, if there's anything I can do, let me know, and any idea when you may know better, like where she'd be settling. Nope, I have not, and thank you. Okay, so that was to the guy that already bought a place, finding the right place. So let's see here. So Paula. So Paula said that the one thing stopping her is finding the right place. Got it. Thanks. Can you tell me a little more about what you're looking for? Specific school district, price range, family, or townhome. Now, normally I wouldn't ask multiple questions like that. And probably not a great idea to do it. Usually one question, right? At most 2 questions. We have a whole sequence that we've built out for you know, for getting people engaging and having a deeper conversation and getting them to share more of what they're looking for. Because here's the thing, whether it's through text, by phone, or by email, if someone takes the time to share their desires, what they're looking for, they are then drastically more likely to do business with you, even if you've not, had, even if it just happens through texting or through Facebook Messenger or through email, because they don't want to share that over and over and over. Like, they don't want to tell somebody, they don't want to continue to have to tell different people what they're looking for, right? So if you can get that information and then follow through on that information with them and for them, they're your client, basically. They're your client to be had. So, it's worth that time and effort, and to take them through that sequence. Okay, a couple more here. So I would buy a home if I could get a mortgage. Now, mind you, all of these conversations are happening from, I sent out, this went to a segment of my database that's 150, 160 people. So this isn't like a huge list here. What lender have you spoken? So that's someone saying that they would love to, they just, they haven't been able to get qualified. My lease is up June 4th. Got it. So this, she's, I'll make sure you continue to get search alerts, property alerts, and if there's anything I can do for you in the meantime, just let me know. Thanks. Let's see here. And, keeping in mind, or an important point to keep in mind here is a number of these conversations are positioning me for future business opportunities, right? For future opportunities to work with these folks that are getting into conversation with me now. It's me building rapport and relationship with them in a non-threatening, low-key, easy manner, to where whenever it is that they're ready, willing, and able, I will be their trusted real estate professional. Yvonne, the message we sent out is simply, and you can watch this from the beginning once I hit stop, you can watch it back from the beginning. But the message we sent out was this: just curious, what's the one thing stopping you from buying a new home right now? Just curious, what's the one thing stopping you from buying a new home right now? So that's the message that prompted all of this. So I think I'm going to wrap it up at this point. We've been going on 25 minutes here. I appreciate everyone's attention, but what I want you to do is get out and actually use this script, to get into conversations, to create opportunities for you to get clients. Here's another great way you can use this. There are lots of local groups, local Facebook groups, where people are looking for places to rent. And so you could reach out to those folks and say, hey, just curious, what's the one thing stopping you from buying versus renting a home? So a couple more came in here. Oh, it was just one person respond, but a couple of responses. So I'll reply to that. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I appreciate everyone. If there's anything at all I can do to help or support you, if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts or ideas, If you start using, here's one thing I don't mention often enough. If you use one of these scripts and you get into conversations, but you get stuck, you don't know what or how to respond, let us know. Let me know. That is great content. That's great information for our community. So reach out by reach out by you can send a message, a private message, you can comment below, you can shoot me an email, you can call or text me, whatever the case may be. I appreciate everyone on here. Again, for those of you who don't know, the replay of this will be available as soon as we wrap up here. You may just have to refresh. And then I would love to hear from you. Tomorrow we have an REO training class. I sent an email about that. Would love for you to join me there tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, if you're interested. And hope you all have a great rest of the week. Take care and talk soon.